Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we're trying the 18 years of age from the Bowmore Sherry Oak Collection. There is a 21, but we will do that sometime later. And it's a bit of a bigger box, and
due to the higher price of 188 euros
here in Germany. And we also do sell in Netherlands and Belgium, but due to taxes,
alcohol taxes,
it's a bit different. And this time we do have a little bit of a different mixture. It's 43%, still 18 years of age, and I think it's Oloroso and PX sherry.
Yeah, so this is the third bottle we taste from the Sherry Oak Collection, the 12-year-old and the 15-year-old. We had just before, you have seen that the weeks before. And now we have in this three sequence, the final, most expensive and the oldest whiskey. And I kept the 12-year-old and the 15-year-old here in those two glasses so that I can compare them in the end of the video. And it's the same design, but the card box is massive, so it's a better.
It doesn't say if they do a finish in PX, but I think they do a mixture. This would also be more appropriate because they could have for the Sherry Oak Collection, they could have them all mature in Oloroso, some in PX, and then they can choose which one is appropriate for which age range and which need to be done differently.
And here's a hidden message. Cacao beans, charred pineapple, orange zest.
Tasting notes just right at the top.
I know there's full tasting notes on the back. And here they say, at first, selective maturation in European oak Oloroso sherry, seasoned oaks, and then sherry, seasoned casks at the sweet fruitiness, citrusy, zesty, vitality. The whiskey is finished in European oak Pedro Ximénez sherry.
Oh, it's a finish.
Seasoned casks for a subtle tropical fruit sweetness, allowing space for smoldering smoke and a sweet minerality to thrive. So this is seasoned, and on the other card boxes they didn't say seasoned.
They said first fill.
So
they really got first fill, not seasoned.
So probably 15 years ago they started with those, and 18 years ago they didn't have them. So 15 years, 2010, Bowmore had the big change in proprietors.
2014 or something, right?
2014. So.
What was it, 2010? I don't know.
Yeah, 14, I think.
14, yeah.
They went and.
They went from Morris and Bowmore to Beam Suntory.
Yeah. So, and they probably increased good casks because they are big company with lots of connections for those casks. So I always fix the capsule here, because if you turn it to open, then you might have a scratch in your finger. So
the aluminium, I think it's aluminium, right? That you can actually cut yourself.
Yeah. And always turn the cork. There's a video how to open a bottle here, here on our channel. It's 15 years old, something.
Yeah, but it's still valid.
And you have to turn.
Twist and pull. While twisting, pull.
Yeah. So to lose the cork, if it sticks, it's a very tight cork here, very good. And you have to turn it first, because the glue between the wooden stopper and the cork, then you have it in torsion, and then it's or in shear stress, so it takes more than if you tear it out. So it's tension.
Pulling forces is not good for glue.
Yeah.
Shearing is better. Yeah. Whoa.
Even more than the 15-year-old. What a thing. Yeah. You have everything we mentioned for the 12-year and 15-year-old you have in this, and on top of that, a little sweetness, probably from the Pedro Ximénez casks.
But it's a different
Massive.
sweetness to the 12-year-old.
Yeah. This is more an orange juice sweetness than the citrus note. And the Pedro Ximénez sherry casks, the wine for this Pedro Ximénez sherry isn't fully fermented, so there's a residual sugar in it, and then they stop it and then fill up the sherry with brandy to go up to the 20% ABV they would like to have for the sherry. And so there's residual sugar from the wine in the Pedro Ximénez sherry cask. And if you finish with those casks, you get this additional light sweetness.
Yeah, I really do like it. I would say it has a bit of a juiciness. Also the cacao, the dried fruits and that. It has a bit of that juicy, what do you say, orange juice to it. Compared, I would say the 12 years was more of a creamy caramel sweetness combined with a little bit of a citrus note. But that creamy note is really, that bourbon note is really missing here. And that is just such a nice round flavor. Also smells very old, smells very mature. And yeah, our studies have shown that people do like their whiskies between 18 and 20-year-old. That's where they highly favor them, but that's where the huge price increases come.
So in the first sentence I said here, it has everything the others had, but probably you haven't seen that. So again, this is a cacao, toffee, light vanilla, lots of smoke, not this hospital stinky smoke, but a friendly, warm smoke intermixed with all the other aromas, very friendly. And yeah, now I have the pineapple.
Yeah, it's
very
much,
faint.
much more fruity than the 15-year-old. I don't have that much of the caramel, but now that you mention it, I do have the smoke. I have nearly missed the smoke.
Yeah, we had two smoky just before.
Yeah, I think the
So
smoke is a
you're
little
used
bit
to.
less, and we are used to. Yeah, that's might be a bit of a strange conclusion, but from my point of view, it's a little bit less smoky. Let's wait for the comparison with the smokiness. I would really interested there. Oh, but I love it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
A lot spicier than I expected from the start, and mouth-watering, extremely wonderful. And this orange juiciness is here, very, very frankly complex, fruity, little sweetness in it, wonderful complex, and very sipping. So we have to be very careful. Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing, but I do love it that you have a nice fruitiness to it as well. That really gives it a nice touch, and a little bit of a fresh note, like an anise, together with the spiciness of the wood. It works really well, and juicy orange juice, and also again like the 15, complex, very complex. You could probably sit here for a long time and feel into the glass.
Yeah.
And the fruitiness stays on long.
So officially they state aroma, rich dark chocolate, freshly ground cacao, beans, trickle toffee, date oil. I never had date oil in my life. Orange zest and fresh pineapple chunks underpinned by a rich peatiness. Palate, bittersweet orange peel, moist sultanas, aniseed. I hadn't that. No aniseed. Spice and cacao beans, and finish wonderfully fruity with incredible depth and complexity. Yeah.
Now you said aniseed. I think you said something as well, like fresh note. Now I have it really fully.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Lovely.
suggestive for me. Oh, but it's Wonderful whiskey. Really wonderful whiskey.
Yeah. So to the 15-year-old.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just had too much influence on my tongue.
Yeah, it's
and my
hard to
nose.
compare.
It's really difficult to compare. You feel the difference, of course,
Yeah.
to the 12-year-old. Yeah, the
12-year-old
smoke
is a lot different. It's
Yeah.
just much lighter and easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's hard to compare because they are such intense whiskies.
yeah. But I think this one, the 18-year-old, has a little bit more of sweetness.
Yeah, more of sweetness. But what do you say to the smoke? I can't really.
A little less of smoke, but yeah,
Yeah, just a pinch less smoke.
it might be that I have a little bit less of whiskey in here and then more evaporation here, so it's not that scientifically correct. Yeah, so this is it. So, and as like always, you have the most gain in the start and the less gain going up the ladder. It's always that way.
Yeah, so excellent whiskey, we can say. We'll probably see it again here on the channel. Yeah, so if you are interested in it and you come from Netherlands or Belgium, have a look at our Whisky.com shop. And thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.